Hi friends, it's Dave again from Southgate Imaging. So today I just want to talk about the differences between two budget dreadnought acoustics I've reviewed recently and just kind of contrast them. They're similar but very different. So the two guitars are the Ibanez AW54 Open and the Yamaha FG800M. So two guitars. The Ibanez is a solid open call / mahogany species top, laminate open call back and sides. Very basic build, but a very light build and very resonant build. Build quality is pretty good for the money. You don't mistake it for $1,000 guitar. There's no question it's not a $1,000 guitar. The Yamaha, I'm Mr. Yamaha here recently, but the Yamaha that I'm going to compare this to is a budget, probably the cheapest solid top budget Yamaha there is right now, and that would be the FG800M. M stands for matte, which is kind of like an open pour finish, there's no gloss, so at least in that perspective, they're similar. The Yamaha has a solid spruce top and overcall laminate back and sides. So they're kind of similar guitars, except for one's got the overcall top and one has the spruce top. So we're going to walk through some playing examples, and then we'll have a little chat about it when we do that. just rings. So that's pretty much what they sound like. They have a very distinct sound. They're very different, really. The Ibanez is a very warm sounding guitar. Does it sound like a Martin D15? No, of course not. But it's closer onto that spectrum. Very warm sounding guitar. So there's a lot of value in a guitar like this. These guitars are typically $300 to $400 guitars retail. The Yamaha sounds extremely good for what it is, but it's a lot brighter, so you got the Sitka top, right? Build quality, it's kind of a toss-up. Maybe I would lean towards the Yamaha only because I've never had a bad Yamaha. I've had Yamahas that were, neglected for 4 years, and I bought and did a quick 30-minute setup on them, and they were absolutely stellar to play. So the build quality and how long they're going to last, that kind of thing, it's hard to beat the Yamahas. The Ibanez just isn't bad. I've only owned two. I've owned this AW54, the Dread, and I've owned the AC340 Concert. Of the two, my preference was the Concert. I really liked the body size. It was just, it fit me. I'm more of a fingerstyle player. It was a better fit. I'm not saying the Dread's not bad, but there's a few of the things that the Dread's missing that the Concert has, like the bone, nut and saddle, are a big thing. That being said, for the price point, they're pretty good. So compare, if I was going to compare the Ibanez to the Yamaha, boy, that's tough. I guess it just depends what kind of music you like to play. I think the Yamaha is a more versatile guitar, maybe as your first guitar. The Ibanez you might be drawn to maybe as a second guitar for a different sound. That's all I would say, because most people's ears, they're thinking Spruce top. That's kind of where they're thinking. Not that the Ibanez has a bad sound, but it has a very unique sound. So that's kind of it. On the two of them with the on the concert models, which I don't have here, but I've reviewed, they have, say, the FS800 versus the AC340. Man, they're very close. I think probably I like the AC340 better than FS800. Both are about the same money. Maybe I just had a stellar AC340 when I had it, but I thought it just was punched way above, its price class. And I would say it was a better guitar than the FS800. These are all good guitars. You're not going to pick a loser in this category. My personal opinion, just the kind of music I play and what I like to do. Anyway, I hope you find this useful. I hope you enjoyed the playing examples. And remember to like, subscribe. If you have the Ibanez's, and let me know how you think they compare to the Yamahas. I find that interesting. Anyway, have a great day. Thank you.